All right. I know not everyone is back yet, but in the interest of getting us all out of here at 3 o'clock and still making part 2 rather meaningful, I did not get over one part here about the date conversion, which was promised in the advertisement for this training. So I want to show you that. I finally realized I forgot to save my backup. That was a little bit of a problem. So now I have browsed for my backup, and I'm going to show you the item where you can do your date options. Now this probably will not be totally relevant to you for the fall, right? Because you're all starting from scratch. But this is why I want to emphasize to you how important it is to use that date option and to build your course content so it's highly reusable. And so because you have that date option, don't put in your discussions or your assignments or anywhere, do Tuesday, November 7th, do this date. Do not in your instructions or in your pages or anywhere in your course name a date, because we can now shift the dates forward without you having to redo your date. Why do that? Not a good idea. So that's important for you to think about. Strip out all your date references. And because Canvas is so robust in how it notifies students in so many different ways, you don't need that anymore, okay? Just take my word for it. And if you have discussion posts like that are due Tuesdays and Fridays, you might want a generic reference like that if you know that that's the way you're going to do it forever, right? But take out any date references everywhere in your course. Get them gone, gone, gone. Because this makes your course highly portable, and that putting those dates in makes it not so portable and easier to make an error. So now I'm going to adjust the dates, and I took a course that was, let me get back to my Word document to show you. I took a course that was January 7th, 2019, and I want to make it August 26th. Okay, so I'm going to put my beginning date in here was January 7th. I want to change it to, what did I say, August 20 what? Thank you. 27th, right? That's the first day of a quarter. Oh no, this is 18. I went the wrong year. There we go. And then I don't want that time in there, so I'm going to take that out. All right. I can also put an end date if I want. I can also substitute. Do you remember Narisha talking about that? That if all your due dates are on a Monday and you want to move them to a Tuesday, or if you want to change the day of the week, you can also substitute. Any Sunday can be a different day of the week. So it can shift substitute your due dates too. So can you see how important that is and how powerful that is and how good an idea it is to make your course generic and date agnostic inside, right? Because then it's highly usable and you don't have to edit and you don't have students going, well, you said November and this is May, you know, so, okay.
So that,
yes.
So that was in my settings that you imported?
That was in your settings that you imported. I did not have any of you do that because obviously you're moving from Moodle to Canvas, you don't have a set of dates. This will become relevant, not even when you import in the fall because your master will be set up with all the correct dates for the fall. It will be more relevant in January of next year when you're going to move those things forward because you're going to always build your masters for the first term you're teaching them. And then after that's done, you can move them forward. As that's doing its thing, which is really slow, isn't it? Oh, it finally completed. I do want to mention one thing, and we're into part 2 now, and that is course building. Set your until dates on things. On your due dates, you have a start date, an end date, or a start and an until.
Regarding dates, is that on labels or on timing within settings in Moodle?
I don't know how to answer that. Say that again.
Regarding dates,
yes,
is that on labels or on timing within settings in Moodle?
The dates will if you move your dates forward, any dates that you have set on assignments, discussions, and quizzes will be moved forward. I think that's what they're asking. That's where the dates move. Tell them to ask again and I'll clarify. And like if your quiz takes 30 minutes, it's not going to mess with that, obviously. But it's going to just move any due dates that you've got set on any of your activities and move those forward. Okay? And yeah, please ask for more clarification there if they have it. So now after I've imported this content, if I go to assignments, or here, let me go to my syllabus. Well, it didn't work quite right, but believe me, it does. I was hurrying and I may have missed a step. Yes?
After I imported my course paper, I have a lot of file folders with PDF files, and none of those will open on Canvas. So I didn't know if other people had problems if they imported over folders.
Were the files in your original Moodle course, were those PDF files, were they in assignments? Were they in?
No, it's just a PDF file that was in the file folder.
So you had file folders in Moodle?
Yes.
The file
You just
folder.
drop lots of files, but they're all PDFs.
All right, the file doesn't move over to Canvas. The file folder.
Yeah, because it would open up the pages, but all the links for the PDF files.
Are in the pages.
Yeah, but they won't.
Okay.
I was just
I-
curious if anybody had that.
All right, because our next step, you're leading me right toward the next step. And I think that you might have to relink those, but I think they came across for you. The PDFs came across, but you might have to relink them. I'll see. All right, so now your next step is everybody, okay, we're starting here, right? We're ready to start building courses, right? So now what you do is clean up in Canvas. Where do you start with your cleanup? You go to Files. It's grayed out. Okay? This is where all the files that you had over in Moodle should be showing up. And you might have a lot of garbage in there. Do you see a lot of XML files, things you don't recognize? Some of you might have really clean, some of you might have really messy. This is where
Logo is the
all right, do not kill the course banner, right? But in Moodle, you did not get to see your My Files or your Files area. In Moodle, you were always working on the front, and you never saw those files, but a lot of stuff came over anyway, right? Now, if you're as old as I am and you were an angel on WebCT, you remember the My Files where you could actually go manage your files, the file management area. This is Canvas's file management area. So step one is to go there and kill out the stuff you don't need. You will see a lot of XML files likely, and if you see those, they can go bye-bye. If you can't recognize what it is, I guess I'd recommend deleting it. Because if you have no idea what it is, XML is, I don't know why those get there. They're a web type file, okay? If you have an old syllabus that came across, or an old CID, clean up. Yeah.
I gotta take off in a minute. Is there anything I need to do with this before it'll just be there?
No, he needs to leave, so no, you can just, it'll be there. Clean out, and then what I would do is go to your quizzes, your assignments, your quizzes, assignments, and discussions, and I'd look through that stuff. If there's any old stuff in there for some reason, clean it out. Go down your modules page, old stuff, clean it out, okay? So your first step would be to do quite a bit of cleanup.
So anything associated with my Moodle course banner can go.
Yes, anything with your Moodle course banner can go. Right. Now, after importing, so I'm just telling you that generically. Do cleanup, that's your next step, right? All right. Now, how many of you lost your link to your course banner? When you hit the home button on your master course, where does it go? Probably to modules, right? So how do you fix that? From the home page, you click on Choose Home Page. And then when you choose your home page, you choose Pages Front Page. See here? I don't have my banner anymore. So I choose Home Page, and I choose Pages Front Page. Now if you're in your sandbox, you won't have that, right? Right? Sandbox doesn't have it. But remember that. If you forget it, you can call help desk and they'll help you get it figured out again. Yes.
Can we change our banner? I'm just
No.
asking because we can't.
But keep going, because why?
Well, all of ours say like academic transfer.
Yes.
And I would like it to say like math. and
Me
then
too.
course.
Me too, yes. Down the road, we want to customize banners a little more deeply than just by division and program.
Okay.
So like, I would like to see an English banner, a math banner, a science. It might not be down way to the course level, but we might want to try. I mean, that's our hope someday, to make it a little more customized, because academic education is like, it's everybody. It's pretty generic. It's not very meaningful.
So my banner is gonna look the same on all of my classes.
Yes, your banner will look the same on all your classes. However, you want that as your home page. She asked a good question. Why do I want this as my home page? Number one, because it's what the college mandates, but for a good reason. Because I think you want to know the logic behind it. Everybody starts at a similar starting point. They also have directions here that are canned in to tell your students how to get started, including directing them to the Canvas student orientation. Another reason why you don't need to help your students with Canvas specific stuff. So that's why. That's why we want that similar starting point. Okay? Now, that doesn't help you keep things organized on your dashboard. Can we digress and go, because am I right? You're all kind of like, how do I manage all my master courses and make my dashboard make sense? Are you still all stumped on that? Before we start in course design, I'll take a scenic trip back there for a few minutes and refresh your memory on some of the stuff you looked at with Narisha. On your dashboard, you can drag and drop. See that? Pretty nice. So that helps a little bit. But maybe you've got, especially if you're a program chair, maybe you have 15 masters and you're not working with all 15, right? You want them gone. You don't want to look at all of them here. Then you click on courses. And you choose all courses. And you see the little stars? Starred or unstarred, depends on what shows up on your dashboard. Okay? So think about it. To decide which courses you display on your dashboard, you click on courses, scroll down to the link that says all courses, and only put stars next to the items you want on your dashboard. Then when you get back to your dashboard, you can drag and drop them into the order that you like. All right. Now, likely, you are going to get really tired of looking at all of these with the same colors. I can't tell which these classes are by color, right? Now, the way you organize this is obviously personal, right? The color you choose to represent that course is personal. This is brown. Do you see that? Those colors, remember how Narisha said those are relevant because your calendar displays its links in the color that you've chosen on the dashboard. You can always change that whenever you want. That's a personal setting. You can also nickname it. I nicknamed this Moodle to Canvas because I've got so many sandboxes I don't know what they are anymore. So when I want to rename it, I click on the 3 dots and then I can change the nickname. The nickname is unique to you. Your students do not see the nickname. The students can call your course anything they want also, right? So don't show your dashboard to students if you go class from hell, right? Remember Narisha said something like that. So you can also manage your color choices here. Now, some of you will have really ugly courses if you leave this color overlay turned on up here in the upper right. See how ugly they get? Because the color you chose for that course card, I'll show it again. The color you chose for the course card is covering the entire card, right? So you probably don't want the cover overlay, and to control that, you do the 3 dots at the top of your dashboard. That controls your entire dashboard. And then you take that overlay off. Now, what image you have on each course card is determined by what you choose. in your course settings. That image on the course card shows for all students, all users, all right? So if I want to change this course card here from the ugly green that's just the color it's chosen, right? I go into my settings and then I choose my image. And then I can go to Flickr, I can browse, I can drag or drop. And I would recommend to you that you probably choose something, I'll just choose this one. All right, choose something relevant. Also, consider file size. Have you ever opened an email and saw somebody's eyeball? You know, the preferred is 72 dpi is what they call it. All right, but if it's 45 wide and 36 tall, it's still a massive load in. So if you have an image you like and you think it's not laying in there the way you want, let one of us know and we'll help you get it resized. But remember picmonkey.com. Remember that one? Picmonkey, Picmonkey. Picmonkey.com will let you do your own image resizing. Watch copyright, folks. You can't just Google something, go cool image, I'm going to use it. And I have been in classes also where it says shutterfly across the image. That's copyrighted. You're not supposed to use that. So if you have if you want help with images, let us know. We have access to huge databases. What I've asked faculty to do in the past is say, go to Google Images, find something you kind of like, send me that image, and I'll go find a similar copyright okay one for you. Yes?
Can we put in a picture of the textbook?
Yes, you could do a textbook picture if you want to do that. You might have to take some fiddling around if you have a Photoshop or a picture editor to get it to size in there and look appropriate. You don't want it to be blurry or only show one corner of the text if you do have a textbook. Again, that might be something we can't do immediately for you because we're pretty swamped. But yes, put that on our to-do list, or hey, a few weeks from now I can call you and I'll do that for you. Yeah.
Question.
Yes.
I'm in my master course and I go up to the top right where you said you can do the edit and the three little buttons, and the only thing that shows up is view page history. Is there a reason why?
Because, well, I was talking about dashboard.
Oh.
See, she said she hit the 3 buttons and couldn't see the same. You've got to be on the dashboard. Yeah, it's context sensitive. Yeah. Yeah. So now that I've done this and I go back to my dashboard, I'll see this image. But I want to talk about something else here. Your navigation here, in your master course, you see some things that are grayed out and it hit like pages, assignments, quizzes, discussions, right? Your master template will have in it our suggested order and show hide combination that we think is best for most courses, all right? You don't want to show the discussion. You do not want to show the assignment. You do not want to show the quizzes, because that will let the students go straight to those items and not go to your module page and proceed through the course from top to bottom, okay? It's kind of like some people cuss out activities block right now because they can go straight to there and not go to the main. Here it's going to be even worse because it doesn't default to your modules page where they see there's other stuff. And modules isn't going to mean as much to them as a quiz, assignment, or discussion. So leave them hidden, all right? Those are storage areas for you not to be shown to the student except on the modules page. In theory, you could have 50 discussions in there and show only 1 to your students on the modules page. In other words, the quizzes, the assignments, and the discussions, and the pages, they are linked in your modules page. They aren't there like they're in Moodle. You know, in Moodle, you're putting them there, right? And that's where they live. In Canvas, you're actually linking to those items. So if you delete discussion 7 from the modules page, it won't say delete, it will say remove. And it will remove it from the modules page, but when you click on discussions, discussion 7 will still be sitting there. If you delete it from the discussions area, it will also pull it off your modules page if you have it linked there. Questions?
Where are you saying to not show?
All right, and I haven't shown you where not to, okay?
Okay.
I'm telling you that, yeah, I need to catch that drink first. By default, I'm telling you the logic of why you should leave those hidden. I'm also telling you that if you add additional items to your course navigation menu, to leave the order alone from top to bottom and add them at the bottom. All right, remember your student view will show you what the students see in the course navigation menu, so always use that. Before we leave the settings where we added the image, I'm going to show you that there's a tab here called navigation.
We wouldn't change anything like restrict students from viewing this course
No,
after.
no,
We just leave
No,
everything.
leave everything alone on this settings page except add an image. Don't mess with the other settings. All right, go to navigation from the settings page. And this is where you can control your course menu. Somebody mentioned that they want to use Zoom in their class, right? You can actually add the Zoom link here. Oops. You can enable it. Now, after I save, it'll show up at the bottom of this list. If you want to use McGraw-Hill or, let me see here, MyLab and Mastering, okay? Enable it. And you can see here it's adding it to the list. All right, remember that you do it as your accessibility checker. Narisha addressed that. When you're done with your course or as you build your course, you should run your accessibility checker to make sure that you aren't making any big mistakes that would make it difficult with somebody with an impairment to use your course. Okay, that's what you do it is, and you can go into that on your own and take a look at it, but we're not going to mess with that. That will never show for students. All right, I've got those things. If you use Office 365 in your course, or Google Docs, or Google Drive, I mean, you see where you can add some really useful, relevant, needed links, but don't mess with this basic order. All right, add them at the bottom of the list and hit save. And then they'll be here, right here. So if I look at this course as a student, here's what my students see. Look how slick and clean that looks. You see why we also recommend leave the ones that are there and unhidden to start with in the same order, because then all the students will have the same navigation from course to course to course. Additional links go to the bottom, leave the top list alone. Don't show pages, don't show discussions, don't show quizzes, don't show assignments. Okay, everybody cool with that? Questions? I need to take one quick look at my list to see where we are. Oh, how to add items. PowerPoints, okay. All right, is there anything, right now the next thing in this second session is like how to work with content and how to build content. Do you have any questions before we go forward? All right, done? Okay. What I want to start with is the syllabus page before we go to modules, because this is a key question that people have. If you don't have your, okay, let me explain something first. The files that you need in the course, I guess I would go back here, I would upload the stuff that I needed first. And this is kind of your work area. You put your folders in, you can add folders and organize your content. Now, a question might be for you, after I have this PDF linked in my course, can I go back to my course files and move it into a different folder or reorganize? Yes. Yay! Most learning management systems in the past, that would break your link, right? You'd be changing the path. That's not the case. You can reorganize your My Files and it should not break any of your links. Now, I'm jumping a little bit, but back at the settings button here.
Are we in a course?
I'm in the course now. I'm in my master course. Y'all can be looking in your master courses now or your sandbox if that's what you have. When you're done, when you're working on your course, you can also validate your links in your content. That will tell you whether you have broken links. Have you ever taught a course and the students say, that link's not there anymore? You can validate before the term begins and you can see where they are. Okay. What I was saying is you can go to files and then I would upload anything like your syllabus, your CID, that sort of thing. And let's see if I have anything like this.
All right, when I go to upload, it takes me to File Explorer.
like
It might.
file management. So, but I don't want to put it onto my computer, do I?
No, it's telling you where should I go to get that file and put it in Canvas. So when I hit upload and file, the question was, it's going to my file explorer. It will.
Oh, okay, I got it.
Yeah. Because you're uploading from your computer.
Got it.
So
So I'm not really uploading, I want a file that I have listed there on your previous.
right. No. This is, you're uploading into Canvas for use in
Got it,
Canvas.
got
Yep. Okay. So put your files in here that you want to use. That's handiest in my estimation. But let me show you how to link things in your syllabus, because this is probably the page that most people are going to be a little bit stumped on. Here's how you link, and link it in an attractive, useful way for your students. You turn your editing on. I'm on the syllabus page, right? I'm going to highlight the word syllabus. And this is really nice. It's hard to get used to at the very beginning because we didn't have anything at all like this in Moodle. But look over here. You click on Files, and that takes you back to your Canvas files for this course. And it shows it to you. This is why you want to organize your files so that it's handy to work through here. And I'm going to choose my course syllabus, right? Turns it yellow, then it turns it blue. And if I hit update, and if I refresh here a time or two, hopefully, it will show you that the students don't even have to download it. They can hit this little preview button. Very sweet. They can read your syllabus without having to download it. They can look through it right there. If they choose to download it, they can. That's why you want to link it that way. Upload your files and then highlight. In other words, when you want to put something in your course, a file, type some words, highlight those words, and then link that file that way, okay? Now, if I had forgotten, let me minimize the preview. Let's say I forgot to add my CID. I can turn on Edit, I can highlight it, and even if I forgot to add it, I can go to Files, and I can upload a new file from here also, okay? So in other words, you don't have to put them all there right away, but it's nice to get them in files, get them organized, but you can always add from the page you're on. Yes?
Can you upload a syllabus from the hub?
If you have a syllabus on the hub, you'd have to download that from the hub and then upload it.
Download it.
Yeah. You actually, yes, if you're going to add files, they have to be on your hard drive or on your computer to upload them, okay? So back to your PDF files. When you went back to your My Files or your file structure, were the PDF files in there? Do you know? Hopefully they were. Now you can also, since it's Canvas, since Canvas renders Word documents just fine, you can actually put, if you don't want to use PDF files, you could actually upload a Word file, and it will render it the same way as that PDF file, okay? Let me just show you, because I'll just pick a Word file here and show you how it looks a little different. Let me find, right here, this is a Word file. Hope it added it. Let me see, where did it go? It's there. Oh, I have to hit that other upload button. Thank you. I'm sorry I wasn't listening very well. I always work in the backside, so I kind of get stumped on this one. So now if I upload again or update and I refresh, if I click on this, which is a Word file now, it will open that Word file, okay? That is a Microsoft Word file. That is not a PDF file. Don't use RTF files anymore. They're old, they're clunky, they're not as easy to work with.
Which
So
ones don't use?
RTF,
Okay.
yeah. Stop using them if you are. No need to. All right, questions about that? Can you see how easily you can update your syllabus? You can link, and honestly, I want to also tell you, excuse me, if you want to, like your instructor introduction, most people are just turning editing on and typing a sentence or two there. Some people like to do more. They like to put some pictures of family, friends, hobbies, whatever, you know. If you want to do that sort of thing, go ahead and create it in Word, save it. For that, I guess, the format stays prettier probably if you save it as PDF and link it. In other words, don't push your content down the page by filling this top thing. Consider it like your static top block, okay? Then instructor phone number. Oh, on office hours, one thing we forgot in the template, office location. Yeah, make sure you add the location. We kind of forgot that when we were working on this, all right? Now, and also leave this thing here because it tells the students where to go. Remember, the home page says go to syllabus. Then when you're done at the syllabus, it tells them to go to modules. So we built the navigation in. Now I had a question, what's this stuff down here? I brought in a really empty course. Let me go back to a real course. What those are all the assignments that have due dates on them, all the content that has due dates. Now, so any activity, discussion assignments, or quiz, they'll have the timeline of all their activities. Once this is completed, and this instructor puts all the due dates in there, they'll also see the due dates. And the beauty of that is then once they are at a student is on their home page, or actually on the dashboard, it's going to give them a to-do list. As instructors, it's going to tell you what you have to do. I have 32 things to grade here. So based on those dates, it's going to tell you stuff you need to do. It's going to tell your students stuff they need to do. It's going to be in the coming up area. It's going to have a section. And it also will feed to the calendar and have items on the calendar. Now remember that I told you it's really, really important to set the until date. On a quiz, if you don't set the until date, it doesn't close. Okay? The due date doesn't close it. The due date's a suggestion. The until date says from the due date till the until date, I will take late work. If you don't set an until date, that means you're going to take late work forever. Okay? Most people, if you don't want any late work at all, then you set your due date and until date to be the same. Now, there's a lovely feature on the calendar where you can drag and drop things. So, okay, you move things forward and, oh, that one landed on Martin Luther King Day. That's not going to work. Or Labor Day. You can pull that assignment over, but your until date doesn't shift. So you can pull it over, but be cognizant of the fact that you might have to actually go in and edit that item and shift your until date because that could not be synced up right. So it's handy to be able to drag and drop, but not awesome if that until date goofs you up. Okay? General course management tips. Now, we've got about 15 minutes left. I'm going to really kind of go really quickly through a couple little things here, and then I'm going to give you a few minutes to play. But I hope am I arming you with enough tools that you think you kind of feel like you can get started? I hope. We are going to have on all the campuses open work sessions where you can come to an area and work and get help for an instructional designer. Now, the problem with that is if all of you came, and there's only one me, and y'all have questions, it's going to be hectic, but at least, you know, we're going to have those work sessions where you can be all
Just
working.
consider that your full-time job until it's August 26th.
You know, it's going to be probably a full-time job for a year or two. Okay, let's go to the modules, and I want to talk just a little bit more about modules. If you put URLs here, those are truly links, and when you delete them, they're gone. But remember, I told you here, if it says remove, it means there's somewhere else in Canvas that it's stored. And I know that because of the icon here, this is a page. So those pages are actually all sitting back in pages. Y'all get that point, right? Now I beat that enough, right? You get it? Right? Merely links on this page. You can drag whole sections. Keep an eye on those 3 dots. They're the controls for everything. All right? So now when I want to add something new to this section, I can click here. This is where I want to add a module up here, right? It's pretty self-explanatory. If I want to add something in the module, I click the plus sign in the module. And then if I want to add an assignment, I can pick it I've got assignments in there, right? And I haven't messed around with them. This is where you go into your assignments, your quizzes, and your discussions, clean things up, fix things up, give them decent names, whatever. And then these will mean more than an assignment, right? So if you've already got something in the assignment area, you can pick it from here, but you also can do this little trick and choose new assignment. Now to me, this adds more steps because all this does is creates a placeholder. I can create new assignment, then I can go down here and call this new assignment. And I can also indent. I do have a little bit of that. You can do that Roman numeral 1, 2, A, B, like outline format. And so then I can add that item. But all that did was created a placeholder for me. There's nothing in it yet, right? It's also hidden, unpublished. See here, green check marks are good if you want people to see them. So now when I want to add the content and set my settings up and put my assignment together, I actually go here and I have to edit. Now, if you know you're going to make 10 assignments in a course, and you know what they are, if you're building from scratch, you might just want to go over to assignments, build those 10 assignments, because for me, if I'm doing the same skill over and over with the exact same tool, I have less chance of making mistakes in those settings and errors and so on. So that's kind of handy for me. That's my workflow, but you can also work it from the front and add each item individually brand new. So there's 2 ways to work it. All right. Nothing too noteworthy here. Type in your assignment, the description. You can put a URL in here with this. Here's your Kaltura link. Won't be working right for you now. And I would not build new content in Kaltura in Canvas yet. Chris, am I right? You would recommend if they want to build something new for the fall in Kaltura, they build it in Moodle and let it shift over. Is that correct? No. Yeah, build it from the Moodle side, right?
That's correct.
All right, everybody hear that? New stuff with Kaltura video or Kaltura anything, build new Kaltura stuff in Moodle. It will be in Canvas when you need it, okay? Not right away, but it will be there. Don't build it over in Canvas because that's a
You
little.
won't see a duplicate of it. We're going to do one giant move after we've closed Moodle down. And so all of your videos will get transferred over at that time.
Right. So if you put it in Canvas, there's a chance that you get some unnecessary, I don't know. We're not, the cleanest way is to do everything in Moodle, all right? Okay, so
You're
then.
not going to lose your videos is the bottom line.
No, your videos won't be gone, but here's a tip. If you are using Kaltura, it'd be really nice to clean out your My Media now, because if yours looks like mine, you need to do some emptying and cleaning up. Let's not bring garbage over to Canvas if you don't need to, okay? All right, here are where your instructions go. You can attach files like I did. You know, if you want to put a PDF file in here, well, oops, let me hit a hard return here. It's worksheet 1, you highlight it, go to files, choose that worksheet, right? Make sense? Same process no matter where you're working. All right, now here's something that's kind of important. You can set your groups. Now, in Moodle they are called categories. What I'm looking at here is basically what gradebook category do you want? But in Moodle it was called categories, in Canvas it's called group. One of the really nice features here is if you forgot to build a category in your gradebook, before you started in on this assignment, you can actually choose new group, and you can call this worksheets. And it will update your gradebook with that group, okay? So that's kind of nice. It's ideal to go back to your gradebook, build it, set it up, but sometimes you forget, so you can add it from whatever activity you want. Submission type. Online, on paper, external tool. Online is where you have your choices of text entry, a URL, media recordings, or file uploads. So online is a little different in here than it was in Moodle. Online meant online only, right? I mean the text submission, text entry. External tool, that is where you're going to choose find. That is how you would add your Cengage Mind link possibly. Again, talk to your publishers about how they want you to do all that stuff. But you can link to a cloud assignment. You can hook to Smart Thinking, right? Turn it in. And I would make sure you use the Turnitin LTI. There are some decisions to make when you create assignments, because there is a plagiarism checker box in the assignment, and that hooks to Turnitin, but it doesn't give you the pure mark. I'm talking kind of, all right, Janine, help me out. If you want to do the full robust way 9 yards grading, then you would choose the external tool. Now, can you translate that to them? Like if you want to do everything big over and turn it in.
The external Turnitin tool will run it through its database, so that's the plagiarism check. It allows you to, if it works the same in Canvas, it allows you to preset some grading and some marking options, right?
Right.
And it also allows you to comment and grade in it. And if you want to use Peer Mark, which is a peer workshop function, that's yet kind of another plugin we have attached in Moodle. I don't know if it will be attached.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah.
But so what I'm saying is, but am I generically saying this correctly? If you want the more robust Turnitin, you would add it in your assignment as an external tool.
Yeah.
Okay. If you only want, and then so like this is where you'd add your Zoom link, you know, so that's kind of what that external tool is. If you only want, let me hear, let's just choose this. When you choose this, then you get some more options like plagiarism review. That would be your Turnitin Lite, so to speak. It would double check it for your plagiarism stuff, but probably not give you all the robust editing grading tools. It'd be my guess. You know what? Create one of each and try it out.
Yeah.
You know, because we're not really third-party experts, so to speak. Dates, so your due date, your availability from and unto. And then this is also where you add your user overrides. Like if you need an extension for a student, you would just choose this box here, check mark another one, and give a certain student a different due date and time, okay? All right, I'm not gonna save this, but basically that's how everything works. If you're creating a quiz or editing a quiz, let's just say we have this introductory quiz, and I want to give somebody, again, remember all your quizzes come in unpublished and ungraded, so you'll have to fix that. And then you click here, and then you can let this, well here, I need to change my settings, but you can actually give students more time on a quiz by using this little button up here when it's all set up, okay? I think that's where it is. Yes, question?
I think it would be helpful to have access to a Canvas course that we cannot edit, but that has examples of things, so we can see how things could look like.
A built-out Canvas course?
Like that we just have access to, so
Right.
see how things look like.
Right. That's a great idea. We might be able to try to do something like that for you, because having one to look at would be good, because I can show you a course, but everybody builds their courses differently. But what you're saying is maybe a sample of each of the different kinds of assignments and so on. There's maybe a possibility of doing that.
Like even one of yours, just to see. I mean, it's really hard to see from here.
Right, right. Well, I'll put that up to the team, and let's see if we can come up with something just as a demo course, but to see. Okay. I know you guys didn't get a work time. Is there anything that I should look at my agenda again. Is there anything at all that I didn't cover that you really think I should talk about yet today?
That's a wide open question.
I know. Oh, I do want to mention, because not everybody was in here at the same time, PowerPoint, and an email went out about that. In Canvas, it looks funky, and it says you might be launching an unsecure browser. Do you really want to do this? And they have to know to click some words to get that PowerPoint to launch. If you go into the URL address for the PowerPoint and add an S to your HTTP, insert that letter S, that makes it secure, because the IT department moved our PowerPoints over to the secure site, and then you won't get that prompt, and then when the students click that link, it will just natively open it. So that's one edit you're going to want to do on all your PowerPoints in Canvas. In Moodle, it won't matter, they're okay. But in Canvas, if you have PowerPoint links, consider going back in and adding that edit and putting that S in there. Yes.
When I imported my gradebook categories, didn't come across.
All right, your gradebook categories, your gradebook won't come across at all. You have to build your gradebook, which is, I'm glad you brought that up because I would like to give you a quick look, even though it's not on the list, at a gradebook and give you a little bit of advice there. All right, let me go into a gradebook I've already built. All right, first of all, somebody off the top of your head, give me a guess. Where do you go to get your gradebook? Grades, no. Settings, no. Grades is where you grade students, okay? Settings is not it. You go to assignments. This is the one thing that is not at all intuitive. In Canvas, if you remember right, if you think back to when Narisha talked to you, assignments is your gradebook, and it is also where assignments there means quizzes, anything graded. But then there's also assignments that you can build like we're used to. So it's weird, but if you think of the word assignments in your course menu as your gradebook setup, so write a note to self, assignments equals gradebook setup. That will help you make that transition.
Where's assignments?
It's grayed out, remember? It's always hidden in light gray. It's in your course navigation menu, assignments. Right. So you go to assignments and literally this is your gradebook. Okay? Don't make it more complicated than it is. It's the same as your gradebook setup page. And here, you want to add categories. What's this say right here? Group. Categories in Moodle, gradebook equals group in Canvas. Okay? So you can add groups. And also this is where you go to build your assignments. It's kind of weird. I mean, to me it is. But here's how this is built. Here's your homework. You can drag and drop anything in here, put them in chronological order so it's easy for the students to read. Make sure that they're all check marked and show. And then how do you set your weight on your gradebook? Right here, 3 dots. Come on, go. Well, please go. Oh, well, maybe I have to check it. Oh, had to choose it. Okay, so then you check mark it, and then this book has only 2, but you've got the 80% and the 20% right here. So you can assign your category weights right there. That is your grade book. Remember, you can set weights on categories. The points within the categories matter. The points are what controls how the grading is done within the category.
And then we can just drag and drop them to the right place.
You can drag and drop. When you import, if you look at it, it'll say import assignments. They're all going to be in one category. You have to create new categories, slide them around, put them where they belong. Okay. Any other final questions? Lots of workshops, lots of opportunities. I would really recommend that if you can, to at least start working a little bit in it now from time to time so you don't forget everything. I mean, honestly, it's just one of those things where you start doing. Remember that there's also the duplicate function for assignments, quizzes, pages, whatever. And so like if you would build one assignment that maybe you've got 10 worksheet assignments. The only thing that changes is the worksheet that goes in there. Build one with your settings that you want it in, duplicate it out 10 times, you know, with the new names, and then just come back in and link the worksheet. You know, and then it wouldn't have to say worksheet 1, it could just say worksheet, right? Because the title of the assignment is going to say worksheet 1. So save yourself a lot of work because that duplicate function is there. It's also a Moodle, but I think it's been underutilized. Okay. Anything else? Yes.
The issue with the files.
Yeah.
Now in folders. I mean, I can go from 100 pages to folders, pages. And when I click on those things, it's open. I need to fix those.
All right. Maybe if you have a minute here when we're finished, and I'll like to take a look at that because I've never dealt with it, but there's got to be a way to figure it out. Okay. Are there any other questions for the good of the order? I'll stay as long as you wish,
Can you
but I don't want to
do,
hold you.
can you do a point-based gradebook?
You can do a 100, yes, completely point-based gradebook, and then you would not set the weights. When I showed that setting the weights, you can actually go there and assignment group weight, and you don't put any weighting in. and then that will take them off. I'm not going to do it in this course, but yes, your categories can exist as only descriptors and not weight. Anything else? Yes, please.
Requesting master courses. Is there a separate master course for like an online class, a hybrid class, and a classroom class?
When you do a master course request, you can ask for a master hybrid, a master traditional, a master face-to-face. Just put those details in the description when you do the
I
request.
just did mine right at the start because
Right.
I just have one master. I can use them for all three.
Yeah, you can use one master for
Just leave
3
the
things.
Extension off. I just left the
Right.
extension off when I requested it.
Right.
Well, that works.
Yes.
Okay, because I can use them for all three.
Right. Yeah, you can request masters. For those of you that came in the second session, it's on the orientation page that you request your masters.
Thank you very much.
Sure, you're very welcome. Here's your master course request form right there. Right.
Yeah,
Thank you all for your patience.